So I've never actually done a book review before video-wise, so bear with me. Today I'm going to be reviewing a book that I finished 10 minutes ago in my time. It's a book I've read in just a couple days. So I just finished reading The Paper Magician by Charlie and Holmberg, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I liked the story. I finished it, obviously. There were some certain things that I was like, really? But that is my own personal thing about young adult novels, which I will get into more in depth later on in this review. So The Paper Magician follows a young apprentice, Sione Twill, as she embarks in her education to become a smelter. But unfortunately, she's not able to become a smelter because she's in the top of her class. She has been chosen to become a folder, a paper magician. The beginning of the story, Sione is escorted to her new home with her new magician master, Emery Thane, and she finds him very, very strange. She's very bitter about the whole thing because she was intent on becoming a smelter. Usually people in their top of their class are able to choose their profession and what they want to do with magic, but unfortunately she was not given a choice because there are not a lot of folders in the world. There's only like 10. And so they want to have more folders. The story takes place in the early 1900s, which is, they don't say that necessarily, but they do give little hints, having mentioned light bulbs a few times in the telegraph, and you start to think, when is this book being taken place? But there is a memory involved later in the book that specifically says, this was only like a year ago in 1902. I am definitely going to be picking up the next book in this trilogy. The next book is called The Glass Magician, and I did enjoy it, though I have my issues with it. Now, if you don't want to be spoiled about some of the things that are going to be happening in this book and you haven't read it yet, I would suggest you would give this video a thumbs up and then go watch something else, because I'm going to be starting to talk about this a little more in detail, and I'm going to be open with spoilers. So like I said, the story starts off with Sione going to her new home and being bitter about it, and is like, okay, well, I gotta learn this. So she starts learning about paper magic, and she has bonded to paper magic. So she's not able to do any kind of other magic for the rest of her life. She's bonded for paper, and that's it. Sione is trying to figure out her magician master. He's very strange sometimes, and he does nice things for her. Like, she wasn't able to bring her dog with her because he's got allergies, but he made her a paper dog, and he brought it to life. I really like the concept of the paper magic, because just imagining bringing a story to life visually just by reading a book, or doing paper origami and bringing little creatures to life. Things start to take a turn when all of a sudden Magician Thane says he's going away for a bit and leaves Sione with a bunch of homework to do, and she's left in the house by herself for about 6 days, and she, does laundry and reads and does all these chores and stuff. And she's wondering why he's gone. He does eventually come back, but soon enough they're interrupted by the presence of an old flame of Thane's, and her name is either Lyra or Lyra. It's Lyra. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I've been calling her Lyra. And her profession is in blood magic, which is highly illegal. But she attacks the house, and she attacks Sione, knocks her out a bit, and steals Magician Thane's heart. Sione is able to fashion a paper heart for Thane to help him survive, and she ends up embarking on this journey, finding Lyra and trying to get back Thane's heart. During most of the book, she's actually traveling inside of Thane's heart, going through the 4 chambers and experiencing different things of Emery Thane's life, like his hopes and dreams, his darkest periods, his happiness, and his doubts. trying to escape the heart while avoiding Lyra, who's also in the heart sometimes, and she needs to get out of the heart so she can bring the heart back to save Thane. Now, Seoni's like 19 years old and Thane is 30. And normally I say age is just a number, but when it comes to young adult novels, sometimes I question that. Especially this book, I kind of knew it was going to happen. But on page 180, Thane inside the heart is asking Seoni why she's doing this for him. And her response is, because I think I'm falling in love with you. I read that and was like, oh, are you kidding me? Why did it have to go there? Why couldn't she just be trying to save his life for the sake of saving his life? Why does there have to be a romance happening? Why can't she just do something good? This is a problem I have with a lot of young adult novels that I've read, where all of a sudden she's like, well, I think I love you. And I'm just like, ugh, can't you think about something else besides falling in love? It was that point that I decided I did like this book, but that was for me. So I did give this book a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads, just because it's the disappointing YA twist that I have issue with. Anyway, that's all for me for now. I will see you guys with another video next time. Bye!